Good morning students. Today we will discuss about the properties of indifference curve. In previous video we talked about the meaning of indifference curve. Okay, as indifference curve is given by Professor Hicks. He said that cardinal measurement of utility is not possible, or we can say it does not make any sense. Why? Because he said that we cannot measure the satisfaction that we derive by consuming a commodity in numbers. Okay, so the cardinal utility was criticized by economist Hicks, and he gave the concept of ordinal utility. Okay, he said we can measure the satisfaction level in term of ordinal utility. We can give the rank. Okay, so indifference curve. What is indifference curve? Indifference curve shows the different possible combination of two commodities that consuming and the consumer get same level of satisfaction. Okay, so in indifference curve we have talked that there are different combination of good like apple and orange. Okay, so there can be different combination like A, B, C, D. When consumer is consuming 10 unit of orange and 1 unit of apple, then combination B 2 of apple and 7 of orange, then 3 of apple and 5 of orange, then 4 of apple and 4 of orange. Okay, so there can be different combination of two goods. Now we will talk about the properties. What are the properties of indifference curve? So first property is IC, means indifference slope downward. Okay, slope downward. So we can see here we will take apple, or you can write good X. Okay, and orange on OY axis. On O axis we have taken apple. Okay, so our IC is like this. So this indifference curve slope downward. Okay, why? Because when consumer is consuming more units of apple, then he is sacrificing more units of orange. Okay, it means to consume more quantity of apple, consumer have to sacrifice the quantity of orange. Okay, so the slope of IC is downward sloping. Okay, convex, or what is the shape of this IC? It is convex to the origin. Okay, then we have next IC do not intersect each other. Okay, each other. IC do not intersect each other. It means if we draw other IC indifference curve, so it will not intersect IC1. Okay, this we can give name IC1 or 2. So this IC2 will not intersect IC1. Why? Because if it will intersect, then what will happen? For suppose IC2 intersect IC1. It means on this point IC1 and IC2 consumer is getting same level of satisfaction, but according to our properties and assumptions, okay, higher level of IC give higher level of satisfaction. Okay, but here this is the point that where consumer is getting same level of satisfaction. It means this and this both IC giving same level of satisfaction, but it is wrong. According to our theory, lower level of IC will give low satisfaction and higher level of IC give higher level of satisfaction. So IC indifference curve do not intersect each other. Okay, and the next is IC do not touch O axis and OY axis. Okay, so IC do not touch O axis or OY axis. It means this indifference curve will not touch this O axis or OY axis. Okay, it will be, the shape of the IC will remain like this. Why it will not touch O axis and OY axis? Suppose if IC touch OY axis, it will start from here. Then what will happen? Here it means consumer is consuming only orange and he is consuming 0 units of apple. But this is not possible. Why? Because according to our assumptions, consumer have to spend his income on 2 goods. Okay? So one good he cannot consume. But if IC intersect OY axis, then what happen? It means here the consumer is consuming only 1 good. And if IC touch O axis, then what happen? It means here the consumer is consuming only apple and 0 quantity of orange. So this is also not possible. Okay, why? Because according to our assumption that we have discussed in the previous class, that consumer income is given and he have to spend his income on 2 goods. Okay, so there should be different combination, because IC meaning is only this, that indifference curve shows the different possible combination of 2 goods that give the consumer same level of satisfaction. Okay. Next, our property is, we have discussed about the downward sloping, do not intersect, IC do not touch axis and OY axis. Then higher IC gave higher satisfaction. Okay, higher satisfaction. Next property is, higher indifference curve give higher level of satisfaction. Okay, so this is our IC1, this is IC2, this is IC3. So the consumer is on IC3 is getting more. Here on this whole IC, consumer is getting same level of satisfaction. And low IC give low satisfaction to the consumer. Okay, so this is also the property of indifference curve. Higher level of indifference curve means higher satisfaction to the consumer. If consumer is on this IC3, it means he is getting more satisfaction, more level of satisfaction, higher level of satisfaction. And if consumer is on IC indifference curve 1, IC1, then he is getting low level of satisfaction. Okay, low satisfaction we can say. So higher indifference curve give higher satisfaction to the consumer. Okay, the next property is, IC is convex to the horizon. Convex to the horizon. Okay, what it means? The shape of the IC is convex to the horizon. Why? Because when consumer is consuming combination of 2 goods and to take more quantity of 1 good, he have to sacrifice the quantity of other goods. Okay, it means the MRS is decreasing. What is MRS now? MRS is decreasing. The IC is convex. Convex means this is the shape of convex. Okay, we have talked about the PPC. Then the shape of the PPC is concave to the horizon. Okay, but here the shape of the IC is convex to the horizon. Then it is convex to the horizon because of MRS. MRS is decreasing. So what is MRS? It is marginal rate of substitution. Marginal rate of substitution. Okay, means to consume. Here consumer is consuming 10 orange, 1 apple, and here 2 and 5, and here 4 and 3. Okay, it means we can see that to consume more quantity of apple, consumer is to consume 1 unit of apple, consumer is sacrificing more units of orange. Okay, so the rate of MRS is decreasing, marginal rate of substitution, and just because of MRS, it is convex to the horizon. okay, as it is psychological fact that when consumer consume more and more units of a good, the marginal utility derived from the commodity tends to decrease. But here consumer is sacrificing the units, it means less of orange, the intensity for the orange will increase of the consumer, okay. So we have discussed about the properties. The first property is IC slope downward. कि जो IC है वो downward sloping होता है. You can see it is downward sloping. Then IC do not intersect each other. जो indifference curve है they do not intersect each other. वो एक दूसरे को काटते नहीं है. क्यों? क्योंकि अगर वो काटेंगे तो एक जो कट का उनका पॉइंट होगा वो ऐसा पॉइंट होगा कि सेम लेवल ऑफ सेटिस्फेक्शन देगा. बट दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. Different IC give different level of satisfaction, okay. Then IC do not touch O axis and OY axis. Why? Because IC shows the different possible combination of two goods, okay. Then we have higher IC give higher level of satisfaction. It means lower IC lower satisfaction, higher IC higher satisfaction. IC is convex to the horizon, okay. It is because of MRS, marginal rate of substitution, okay. To consume more unit of other good, the consumer is sacrificing more units of orange, okay. To consume 1 unit of apple, he is sacrificing units of orange, and that is marginal rate of substitution. So students, watch the video and practice as the diagram in your notebook. If you face any problem, any doubt, you are free to ask. Thank you.